Hi, my name is Dr. David Utzke. I work in the area of cybersecurity, cyber crimes. Worked as a federal agent for over 15 years and with military special operations for over 10 years. Currently in the private sector, working with distributed ledger technology, crypto economic technologies, token technologies, AI, quantum computing, extended reality, and a number of converging technologies in this area. And today, through myCPE Shorts, I want to talk a little bit about a recent attack on PayPal. PayPal on what's been identified by PayPal as December 6th through the 8th as the dates of the attack. There was a credential stuffing attack. Just to kind of briefly cover a credential stuffing attack, that's basically where attackers are able to obtain usernames and passwords, sometimes obtained through data breaches, data dumps from other attacks in systems, and sometimes through darknet markets where they sell that type of data, and that does occur quite frequently. But what happens then with a credential stuffing attack is they take that information and, using bots, in essence automation, to use the user IDs and passwords in multiple different platforms. In this particular case, they went after PayPal. PayPal, through internal investigation, found that there were no security breaches from their perspective, that the attack involved actual user IDs and passwords, and they were able to access about 35,000 accounts. In the accounts, it's important to note that what was taken here were the names of account holders, because again, with user IDs and passwords, they don't necessarily have names. And so the names on the accounts, full names, dates of birth, addresses, social security numbers, tax identification numbers, transaction histories, of course, were all part of what they were able to obtain, in addition to credit card or debit cards that were attached to the accounts, or any bank account information that might have been linked to a PayPal account. And so all of that information became vulnerable. And how that typically occurs is because individuals tend to utilize the same passwords and user IDs for all of their accounts. And so what happens is, if there's a data breach at one service, maybe a social media platform that you utilize, and you use the same password and user ID with your PayPal account, well, they just, attackers, cyber criminals go and try all these different user IDs and passwords through these bots. There isn't somebody sitting there typing them in. They use bots to do all of this. And they found 35,000 people on the PayPal platform that apparently did the same thing. Used all the same passwords and user IDs in multiple platforms. So in essence, this becomes a very hard lesson for people to learn, and a very impactful lesson. There are a lot of ways to circumvent this using different user IDs and passwords for your different platforms, but also passwords for online accounts should be uniquely associated with a platform. And it's important with especially your password, but certainly your user ID as well. But the password, specifically using random, alphanumeric, and special characters in a string of at least 12 characters is ideal. In addition, activating two-factor authentication, because PayPal does have two-factor authentication. Although two-factor authentication isn't a foolproof method, it is a way sometimes to prevent bots from being able to infiltrate the system. But where a person is attacking the system individually because they've obtained your information, two-factor authentication, especially if they have your account information, usually they have your cell phone number or your email. So if you're using email or SMS texting, two-factor authentication, that becomes a bit of a vulnerability as well. And there are a number of different types of two-factor authentication methods that can be used outside of email and SMS. But it can assist in preventing an unauthorized party or a bot from accessing an account, even if they do have a valid username and password. So, another tip is the fact that you want to change your passwords regularly, every 30 to 90 days, as an additional measure, and enable alerts on your accounts, and that I would recommend not just on the platform that you're setting this up on, but I can tell you from personal experience, I've had some of my accounts attacked with some major online retail platforms. And because it was former employees that had basically breached the data, in accessing not only my account but many others' accounts, they were able to turn off the alerts for my email and for my text alerts on that particular account, but setting up backup accounts on all of your linked accounts, so like your bank account, your credit cards, your debit cards, is how I was able to identify that I was actually being attacked, and circumvented the attack by the fact that I ended up getting credit card alerts stating where this amount was being spent, and I quickly called them and had them, stop any orders that were going through, and then of course shut down my account and reestablished a new account. But having these secondary accounts set up are extremely important. And of course, having many times these platforms are accessed through a mobile device. And so many people don't keep good firewall and antivirus protection on those types of devices. And mobile devices now are just full of different types of digital wallets. Many times people think of digital wallets as just being connected to, say, like Bitcoin, but digital wallets like Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, and PayPal all have digital wallets. And so you want to make sure that you're protecting those devices. And so that was just a little insight into the PayPal attack and some ways to help protect yourself. I hope you found that helpful, and thanks for tuning in.